New York, and on the new Hot 97 app. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
Ladies and gentlemen, real late, Hot 97. Bandana is out right now. Freddie Gibbs is in the building. How are you, bro?
I am feeling amazing, but I'm not feeling amazing.
You're spiritually amazing.
Spiritually amazing, but physically I'm torn apart. But it's great.
This is a good torn apart.
A great torn apart.
What happened last night? What was your?
Man, we had a real big celebration. Tunji was, buying me drinks all night. Shout out to Tunji, Jared, everybody at Keep Cool and RCA. They were showing me love, man. It's been a phenomenal week, a phenomenal month, And
So last night was just a good old fashioned rap life, living it. You were having a moment.
Yeah. Margaritas, tequila shots.
You drink enough water. You got to make sure you are balancing water throughout.
I'm fully hydrated, but
okay.
It doesn't matter. The alcohol is still defeating me. I feel like Mike Tyson when he lost to Buster Douglas.
Okay, I wanna go ill prepared. You were still prepared. I get it. Corner man's got a rubber glove.
I'm picking up my mouthpiece off the bat right now.
They're like, we don't have a compress, but we're just using a glove with water in it. All right, before we go back, until I saw you the other day at your at your concert at MoMA, I had not seen you even since you had your whole situation overseas.
Yes.
And I was just so happy to see you because that situation was super scary.
Right.
And how long were you gone for?
I was gone for 6 months, and I want to say this before we go any further, man. You was one of the only people that was riding for me in that situation. I felt like the rap game or the hip hop game or whatever culture or whatever this is, I feel like I didn't get no support, and you was one of those people that was supporting me, and I
appreciate that, and that your team, was keeping me afloat of what was happening, and I'm having the same thoughts now. More people are paying attention, but I feel the same sort of thoughts about Rocky in Sweden.
I don't.
Go ahead. Because the situation's so different.
Correct.
Right. Well, but I mean in terms of making sure people are paying attention to it, right?
Correct.
And being because when people are overseas, regardless what the circumstance is, and your circumstance there was nothing. This was an absurd situation.
Yeah. My life was on the line.
I was going to say, I don't want to dwell on this, right? Because I think your rap story to me is fascinating too.
Correct.
But I do want to say, I haven't talked to you publicly since.
Yes.
What the hell is going through your mind when all of a sudden someone comes to you and says something that is not true, and you're going to face real life ramifications, and you're in a different country?
A lot of things was going through my mind, man. I was sitting there, really this is what I'm about to go to prison for. Everything I've done, and I'm about to go to prison for this.
For something that did not happen?
That I didn't even do. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, God, everything that I could punish me for something else, not this. I don't want this on my name at all.
Do you feel I feel like, though, as horrible as the circumstance was, I do feel like your name has escaped it.
Yeah, definitely. Because
right? That's pretty rare. That's pretty cool.
You know why? Because people know my character, and the people that love me and the people that surround me, they know I'm not that. You know what I'm saying? So it was easy. I'm not gonna say it was easy, but it was, it wasn't difficult to, get my name back right. And like I said, all the women that I know that I'm not like that. I got a mother, a daughter. You know what I mean? So it was never anything to, recover from that because it was totally not true.
How did you get how were you able to communicate? How did you get a lawyer? How did the whole thing play out?
A Lambo. If it wasn't for Lambo, man, I wouldn't be sitting here right now, man. That's my brother, my best friend.
And was Lambo out there with you when this all happened?
Yeah. Nah, he was here, but he was coordinating everything, and it was, stressful, super stressful for him because, we had never been through nothing like that, and to be, locked up abroad, dog,
it's a nightmare.
We had to get 11 lawyers, and it was a different.
You can't have an American lawyer practice there, can you?
You can, but you gotta have help from other lawyers over there. We had to have
What country were you in again?
First we were in France, and then we were in Austria. You know what I mean? And then we had to get some French lawyers, some Austrian lawyers. We had to fight the extradition from France to Austria, and then we had to fight the case. You know what I mean? And I was going full-fledged. I wasn't about to cop a plea or anything like that. Nothing like that.
What do you do mentally when you wake up each day and you're in jail and you're not supposed to be there?
Pray.
There's a lot of prayer?
Yes, sir. That's the only thing that got me through it. Definitely.
Was it constant prayer, or was it you had specific times in the day when you'd pray?
I mean, I'm Muslim, so try to get it in 5 times.
So you got to get. You're supposed to be getting it 5 times.
You're supposed to. You turn Islam into Islam, and you do it once or twice. You know what I mean? But prayer, man, God, Allah. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be sitting right here talking to you.
So fast forward, you get out, and then here we are, the second album with Madlib, and after Pinata, it's hard to follow up an album that everyone loves.
Correct. Correct.
And
here
we are.
I didn't listen to Pinata for a long time because I didn't want to give y'all anything that sounded remotely the same. I wanted to have Bandana stand on its own, and I didn't want people to be like, oh, you trying to take elements from that and recreate it on this. Nah, never that. So I was just like, I'm just gonna do something totally way different.
Let's play a couple of joints right now from Bandana. We'll start with Crime Pays. Freddie Gibbs is here. Freddie Gibbs and Madlib. Bandana's out right now. It's real late, Hot 97. But for video, we will continue to roll on.
Correct.
Freddie Gibbs in the building on Hot 97, real late. Bandana's out.
I was out real late, too.
Yeah, you were. And you're paying and by the way, I want you to know specifically, Lambo came up to me the other day and was like, yo, man, have the beats on deck. Freddie Gibbs about these rhymes. Everywhere he goes right now, he just wants to spit these bars.
Yep.
And then you walked in, and your body language did not look like someone who's ready to go 12 rounds.
Man, I feel like stir-fried doo-doo right now, man. Keep it real, man. I went too many rounds.
By the way, how good is that, though, that you're putting out real hip-hop the way you're making? I mean, really classic hip-hop and having this much fun. Real hip-hop's not always this much fun.
It's not always this fun, you know what I mean? It ain't been fun my whole career doing what I do because I stuck to my guns, you know what I mean? It ain't, it's been fun. I'm not going to say it's not been fun. This is a great job. I thank God for it. But, it's been a lot of, rough times through this whole, 10-year process.
Where do you think, you're from a part of the country in which there's no rap history where anyone has any association with?
Not at all. I created it.
Indiana is not where we were being like, yo, the hotbed. I mean, unless you're Michael Jackson,
Correct.
So is that where you ended up sort of kind of getting stuck in a middle space, or is it more because your style appealed seemingly to one group, but your content appealed somewhere else? What was it you think that kind of put you in that middle space of trying to find where Freddie Gibbs belonged as an artist?
I think, it was just all timing, you know what I mean? I think, right now the time is perfect for, what I've been doing. And, if you would have told me 10 years ago, that I wasn't going to get a record deal for 10 years, I probably would have stopped, you know what I'm saying? But
didn't you didn't have a deal at the beginning?
Yeah, that was real, very, very early, and that was very, very short-lived.
What label was it again?
That was on Interscope.
So you had so did you get an advance and do all that crap up front or no?
Yeah, but I don't even know I don't even know how much money that it wasn't. It definitely wasn't 100,000. So
and nothing and nothing happened.
Not at all, man. You know what I'm saying? So but it was a lesson. You know what I mean? But after that, I kind of tried to get things in order and approach things in a different way, and it got me to where I'm at, man. All of those lumps and all of those steps got me to where I'm at right now. So I look at it all as timing. God put things in your life, when it's supposed to happen, and He don't put too much on you that you can't handle. So that's how I look at it.
So how did I know this is a super generic question. I'm angry to be asking it, but I need to know the answer. How did the Madlib thing start?
Me and Madlib was drinking at a party, the do-over in L.A., and we just...
I love the do-over.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's a great...
I used to love that party. Lambo used to take me there all the time, and he just introduced me to Madlib and Egon, man, and we just, we probably polar opposites, but we just clicked, man. I was sitting down with Jared last night at the table, and I was like, man, me and this dude is total opposites.
Opposites in what regard?
I don't know, the way we dress, the way we talk, the way we, I don't know. We just, I'm from Gary, Indiana. He's from Oxnard, California. You know what I'm saying? It's really a odd couple, but I love that man to death.
You also got it's like you cracked the code almost, because it's not like Madlib is known as being easily accessible.
Right.
That is not what you hear about Madlib. It's like, oh yeah, you need to get a Madlib. You just holler at him. He'll send one right over. It's no problem. That is not people don't know where he is, and that he's been a mystery. The enigma of Madlib is part of the charm of Madlib. And
I got to email him and iMessage him. He don't even got a phone. Like if I was like right now, if I was like, yo, where you at? I couldn't even do that. So yeah.
He's not on the phone regularly.
I've never
That's so
talked. I've
perfect.
never talked to Madlib on the phone in my life.
You've emailed on over a computer.
All kind of stuff, all electronically and in person. That's it. I've never talked to him on the phone.
When did you realize that the chemistry like this actually worked?
Man, I mean, you know, I hate to say it was like love at first sight, man. You know,
Right away, you knew that this is as good as
right
it
away.
goes.
I was like, we clicked. You know, it was like brothers automatically. That's why I was like, man, this okay. This kind of weird, but you know, I'm with it totally. You know, like let's do it. He made me so much, you know, better of a MC. You know, it's like he challenged me. He took me outside the box. I could have easily fell a victim to all the trends and all of that and trying to do what everybody else was doing. But, you know, this really like gave me my own identity in rap, so to speak, you know.
Were you a fan of his prior?
No,
Do you know it at all? Do you know his music at all?
a little bit.
Do you know the J-Lib album at all or anything?
Yeah, after. That's when I got on, you know.
So after you met him, you're like, let me go see what this guy's about.
Correct.
Wait, hold on. You got to take me through this. So you get introduced to him just on some LA hip hop scene, which for people who don't really know LA like that, what my favorite thing about LA is that like the blending of hip hop culture,
Right.
the most sort of underground dudes could be at a spot where fucking Tyga is there. Like LA is not that big a world. Maybe Tyga's a bad example, but you get the idea. Like
Skin Lil Wayne.
that's light skin Lil Wayne. But you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of crossover. So you might see someone out who you know, but you're not really into their music. Like just
Right.
everyone's kind of around.
Right.
So you meet him.
That's most people I see. But
Yeah, right? So you meet him socially and like him. I'm just so curious about this, but like had not really spent time with his music.
Right.
So what was it like when you first started listening to like, let me hear what this Madlib guy's all about?
I was like, okay, I could rap on this stuff.
Did you think it was weird? Because like he is different.
Not at all. Like I was listening to stuff he's doing with like the Alcoholics and stuff like that, and I was like, oh yeah, I like that. Once it started becoming familiar to me, it was nothing.
The J-Lib album's psychotic too.
Yeah, I mean, dog, like them, you know, Dilla is like, man, rest in peace. You know?
Yo, when I was watching you guys the other day at MoMA, I really thought, I was like, it's very weird, but like spiritually from a hip hop standpoint, I was like, yo, they're carrying on the legacy of what this was.
Yeah.
It felt like I was watching J-Lib still. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at that, you know, at that show the other day, man, that's when I really felt it. I was like, yeah, this is it.
Yo, there were a lot of people out there who were very, very excited, man.
Yeah, man, and you know, to bring this across, this project in particular, you know, on a major label is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Peter Edge gave me a hug yesterday. I was so, you know, to do what we're doing, man, and you know, to be doing it with, you know, good people and our friends is beautiful, man.
And you got the Killer Mike Pusha T record's crazy.
Yeah. Oh my God, man. That's man. I don't know. I'm still overwhelmed by all of this, man. You know what I mean? I'm so humble for this, man. You know, I never thought that I'd be like rapping with like Pusha T and guys like that.
Most Def.
Yeah.
Yassine Bey is on the.
I mean, like, you know, sometimes I got to sit back. My friend the other day when we was eating dinner, she told me, she was like, yo, I think you need to like sit back and really take these moments in right now, you know, and really cherish them. You know, it's maybe it's all hitting me right now, man. I'm from Gary, man.
Gary, Indiana,
dog, and like, you know, ain't too many of us sitting up here or doing what I'm doing, and you know, so it's a blessing, man. I don't take a day for granted.
Shawnee, have you ever met anyone from Gary, Indiana, or do you only think the Jacksons?
Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? MJ, baby.
MJ. Joe Jackson. Y'all be forgetting about Joe Jackson, man.
The
Look,
original.
I'm about to get it popping. I'm about to start the Joe Jackson Academy of Music.
Good luck getting funding for that.
I got it already.
Well said. So yeah, I know what, I agree with your friend. I think it's a good moment to sit back. You spent a lot of time trying to get here, and the fact that you're still humble about it, because a lot of people, when they get to this stage, they've actually already turned kind of negative about it, or even though you've had successes, they still could get to like, I'm never gonna break through the way I'd like to. And you, this album culturally broke through. It feels like it's having an impactful moment.
I know, man. Like, I'm not too far removed from the streets, so to be doing this and like operating legally, getting legal money, like I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it, man. I got kids. I got a son now.
So you got 2 kids?
I got 2 kids. I got a daughter and a son. My son's 1. My daughter's 4. And when I look at both of them together, I'm like, yo, I really can't mess this up at all. And I'm really doing it for them, man. Like, I can't put it into words, though.
Does it feel like you have the blueprint now, where if you just continue to follow your path, you will be able to do this forever? Like this, you don't have to think like, oh, is it not going to work? Honestly, there are varying degrees to which level of success you care about getting to.
Correct.
But you're good money. Like this, if you just keep doing this, you are good money.
Yeah, I was good. You know what I mean? Before we did this, and all of this right now is just icing on the cake, man. So I'm like, that's why I'm so emotional about it, man. Like I'm just, like I said, man, just to even be here with you, dog. Like I knew 3 years ago where I was at, and that's why I said that in the beginning, man. Like, you was one of the only people, supporting me then, and I appreciate that.
Oh, no doubt.
I know what I did to make this. I know what I did to make this project. It was a lot of nights. It was a lot of bad nights, a lot of rough nights. It was a lot of things, that I didn't want to see. A lot of things that, that I still deal with,
Have you
mentally, and this album right here, man, this album was a form of therapy. It was therapeutic. It's like, I said a lot of things on this record that, maybe I probably wouldn't have said if I wasn't, facing 10 years in prison. And this album's my baby, man, because it got me back to my babies, and it got me back to being who I'm supposed to be.
That's beautifully said, bro.
I'm sorry, dog.
Please, sorry. This is what it's for. Did you how much of it? When did you write it?
I wrote, probably like 80% of this when I was like in the cell, and jail, it is what it is, man. I'm a man, so, and like I said, man, if I would have went to jail for some drug shit or whatever, then it is what it is. I can take that on the chin and do it, but I couldn't sit in there for no shit like that. You know what I mean? That's what was really breaking me. It's like, I'm this or whatever. Nah, you know what I mean?
100%.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so to come out of that, to just even like I said, man, just sitting here with you, bro. I don't take a second, a day, a minute. I don't take none of it for granted.
Well, I'm honored to have you here, and
likewise, always.
Yeah, shout out to my brother too, who was always keeping me afloat of the situation.
Your brother's amazing, man. I love him too. Thank
and
you.
now we have a special treat. I didn't think it was going to happen, to be honest with you. I really didn't think it was going to happen. I did not think it was going to happen. I never thought I'd see Madlib in a radio station. I really never thought this could happen, Shawnee. You don't even understand what you're seeing right now. This doesn't happen, ladies and gentlemen. Madlib has stepped in the building as we celebrate the Bandana album here on Real Late. He told me the other day when I saw him he was going to come through. I'll be honest, didn't believe it, but he's here. From Oxnard, California. One of the greatest to ever do it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to even tease that you were coming through because I didn't know. But you're here. How many, over the last 10 years, how many radio interviews have you done? 0?
Yeah, I don't do that.
Do you remember
I just do the music. I don't really.
Do you remember the last time you did this, period?
Nah.
Like a Loot Pack album? Like, where are we going?
About 15 years ago.
When I be on the mic?
About
Was...
15.
dun, 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 dun.
Damn.
It's an honor to have you in here,
Thanks for
man.
having us, bro.
Tell me about this man right here who's just pouring out his heart and soul talking about this project.
My favorite rappers, you know what I mean? my favorite rapper at the moment, like dead or alive. You know what I mean?
Did you think that this would? When did you realize this could like work out and be a really fruitful partnership?
When we hung out the first time.
He was just telling me about that time.
You gotta hang out first and see, like my cousin or something. You know what I mean?
So were you how familiar? He was telling me how he got more familiar with your music after you met. How familiar were you with
I
his
knew his
music?
stuff. When he was on the XXL cover and all that, I knew all this stuff.
So let me ask you this. I don't know when I'm gonna have you in front of a microphone
Yes, sir.
again. How dialed in are you to the stuff that's happening in music on a day-to-day basis?
I just make the music. I don't really listen what's going on.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
So you hear here and there, like
yeah,
if
when
it
I'm out at
makes
the
it.
club, I hear what's going on. But yeah,
You know, I met you one time. I'm sure you do not remember this. In like 2003, we were promoting a record at the time. I was working back with Kev Brown and these different artists, critically acclaimed, and we were promoting a 12-inch. And I guess Sway or I don't know who linked us up. Maybe Egon, but someone linked us up with you. And we went to a bar. The only place I ever met Madlib. This just added to the mystery, Gibbs, of who Madlib was. They're like, yo, you can meet Madlib and give him the record. He's going to be at X, whatever bar it was in L.A. It's a weeknight. He was just posted at the bar by himself. Dark L.A. random bar. We came through, gave him the 12-inch, gave him a dap, and that was it. Yeah. And in my mind, you've been this enigma ever since. And I was telling Gibbs the other day when I saw you guys at MoMA, man, it really did feel like this project is kind of a continuing of the legacy of J-Lib and the kind of work that you and Dilla did together. Do you have that same feeling?
yes, sir. I'm proud of this album. I'm very proud of this album. We worked hard on it. You know what I mean? I cleared all the samples for once. You know what I mean? We worked
Shout
hard
out
on
to
it.
Suji in the back.
They got everything clear?
He was going through a bunch of stuff when we first started recording. It was cool. I didn't even think it was gonna get done. You know?
Yeah.
And how long was the process on the whole album?
I mean, we put our Pinata in 2014, man. So,
It's been 5 years.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And you guys knew right away you would do another one.
oh, right away.
It's gonna be volumes, bro.
It's gonna be volumes of this. This ain't gonna never stop.
How much Lib, does it make you happy, as a guy who's always made beat tapes, does it make you happy that the way music has gone, it's totally acceptable to put out mad short songs? Like, I love that about the
I
album.
would do it anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care what's going on. I want to make music that I like to hear, and hopefully everybody else likes it. You know what I mean?
I love when you listen to the album. Like, one of the things now that I find intimidating about listening to albums is, as much as I kind of have, I have certain issues with new. But I don't love everything new that comes out. But one of the things I think the kids have really figured out that's dope in the SoundCloud world is length of songs. Right? Like, I'm like, you know what? I go back and listen to classics, and I'm like, yo, why'd they put this third and fourth verse on this song?
I do that all the time.
Right. I be like, damn, song's long as hell. Even as a rapper, I'm like rapping. I'm like, damn.
No.
I'm like, man, I'm like, you on 316s?
Bro, no, we saw Pete rock the other day, and I want to bust Pete's balls the next time I see him. Pete made the song The Game with Ghostface, Prodigy, and Raekwon. It's one of the illest songs of all time. And then Pete raps the fourth verse at the end. I want to be like, Pete, you already made a classic. It was 3 verses. Yo, if you go through albums, every rapper you love, you're like, yo, we could have cut this all way down.
Man. Shout out to Pete Rock, man.
Pete Rock, man. Soul Survivor, it's in my like regular, it'll be my permanent life
It's
rotation.
one of my main teachers.
You said that the other day. You seemed really excited when Pete Rock showed up at the show.
Man, that's my man. We talk
Me
talk
too.
every other day.
Really?
Yeah.
And so he was one of the early inspirations for you?
Yes. Just beats, interludes, all that type of stuff, samples. That's
Were you
my
more
teacher.
were you more influenced as a kid by East Coast stuff than West Coast, or was it everything?
It was everything. I didn't really look at it as East or West because I like jazz music, and jazz I like was from everywhere. So I don't really look at it like that. But it was mostly East Coast sound and stuff. Marley Marl, you know.
I don't think we could put in a box what we do. I never like.
By the way, you guys don't have a coast.
But I also
we
like
don't have.
Muggs
Yeah,
and
exactly. We just
dudes from the West Coast, Slippin' Unknown, all that stuff before Dre and everybody, all the time.
Madlib and Freddie Gibbs are here. This is a very exciting situation for me, Gibbs. I appreciate you, by the way. Anything that you thank me for, you made it up. You brought Madlib to the radio. You just changed the whole game. Yo, good job, Gibbs. You made it happen.
Come on, bro. This is my brother, right?
Yeah,
bro,
I heard
bro.
last. Yeah, I heard last night was really.
Last night was mad real.
Did you expect at this stage in your? By the way, I love this is one of my favorite things about hip hop. All of a sudden, here we are in 2019. A couple of years ago, you came out and dropped a record on the Kanye's album, right?
Right.
The No More Parties in LA, which came out of nowhere to me. I just saw a thing that said produced by Madlib, and I was like, hold on.
That was my beat, really. They just got on it before I did. And then
Is that really true?
Yeah, I had to show them how to do it.
The Susie Thunder Tussie
Yeah.
is.
Junie's the baddest, RP. You know?
Bruh, I did not know. Now I have a jukebox at home. I now have that record in my jukebox.
the baddest.
I didn't know how ill Junie was.
Parliament and all that, you know what I mean?
So how did the Kanye record? I want to know who the person was
They stole my beat.
who stole that beat from Freddie Gibbs.
Thank you.
And ended up getting it to
I gave him
Kanye.
like 100 beats, and him and Kendrick were rapping over a bunch of stuff, but they didn't really put the stuff out. That's the only one they put out.
Who specifically was it? Ye who specifically reached out to you, or someone else?
Yeah, it was Ye. We went to the studio with him and trying to make me bring drum machines in and stuff. I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. I was bringing the beats.
You stole my beat, fam.
Yo, Kanye, Freddie Gibbs wants to talk to you real quick. Yo,
yeah.
Kendrick.
You gotta holler at me, Kanye, when you see me.
And by the way, how much of a bonus was it that when it happened, not only do you end up getting a Kanye record, but Kendrick's on the record as well? Must have been.
Yeah, it felt good.
Were you psyched?
It ain't feel good to me.
You were actually. You
But
had.
how it feel good
When
to
I heard
you?
Cocaine Parties, I was like, well, we should have did it that way. You
They
know?
should have called me first before they did that. But I love them.
No, listen. You know what you're having? You're having a CL Smooth guru moment right now.
No way.
R.I.P. Guru. R.I.P. Guru. But he notoriously, everyone knows that Guru heard some beats sometimes. It was like, yo, Preem, for real? This one had to come to Gangstar. How'd that get to J-Room?
Yeah, how you let that go, bro?
Yeah, you can't do that.
You killing me, fam. You killing me.
Crazy. It's crazy hanging out with Kanye. It was weird.
Yeah, what was that experience like?
It was cool. I was sitting next to all them sisters, Kardashian sisters.
Oh, they were in the building too?
Yeah.
A far cry from the early
Sounds
Loot
like-
Pack days.
Kanye the guy, man. Kanye the guy, man. We love Kanye, man. He should have been on this album. Maybe next time. You know?
Was that something you actually pursued?
What? I mean, that's one of the best, greatest of all time. Of course. I got the nigga shoes on right now. So.
Well said.
Cool brother, though. Everybody thinks crazy. He's cool.
And he did you guys talk a lot of production talk?
Yeah, always.
Because when he came in here, we talked about Dilla, and he was openly very jealous of Dilla's drums. Said he could never get.
This is a king. Of course you can't do that.
Right.
That's like Ali. You know what I mean? You can't do that.
And did you, even in working with Dilla, when you guys were going back and forth, did you feel that way at the time? You were like, I got to focus on what I focus on. Dilla and drums, that's a whole different thing.
This is a king. I mean, we influenced each other in the end, you know what I mean? He stopped using drums in the end because we was passing each other.
He
you
did.
know what I mean?
Well, I was going to say, because Donuts ends up feeling very Madlib-ish, and is less drum focused and more what you do, sample chopping.
We were
And
passing stuff back and forth like every week, so that's what happened. You know what I mean?
how much were you guys in the studio together for
We
the
weren't really in the
J-Lib album?
studio. We just hung out. It was more hanging out than being in the studio together because we don't have to do that.
Strip club? Strip clubs?
Everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
There's no Dilla story. I probably asked every artist who ever worked with Dilla practically what the Dilla experience was. 90% of them started going to a strip club.
That's how we started out. Yeah. I felt like a king when I was hanging with him because he'd just be like, yo, this is my man. And just get everything I want. You know what I mean?
What's your favorite Dilla record of all time?
Favorite Dilla record? The first Slum Village?
Whole album.
Actually, beat tapes. You know what I mean? All the beat tapes.
Bro.
Beat tapes y'all ain't heard. You know what I mean?
Well, you have different beat tapes, of
Jazz
course.
stuff, all types of stuff.
I have the ones everyone has. You're the one for me. All the.
I got the jazz records with Kareem, all that stuff. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh man, have you spent
R&B stuff with Bilal, like crazy stuff.
Have you spent a lot of time, Freddie, with the Dilla catalog?
Yeah, definitely. Especially since I started rocking with O. So it's,
Yeah.
just for y'all to even be talking about Dilla, just to be speaking, spoken in the same vein as him is
True.
But I'm telling you,
amazing.
these albums are going to fit in that. When you one day go look at your catalog of albums, you're going to have the J-Lib album, and you're going to have the Gibbs and Madlib albums right next to it. Like that's.
We feel his spirit. We feel it. We feel it when we was making this music. We feel it. When I feel it when I talk to Questlove, I feel it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. It's all related.
Yeah,
That's
I
like
feel it,
not to
know?
be like.
I feel the energy. So and that's probably what made what we doing so great.
And by the way, I as much as we talk about the J-Lib album, we should also talk about the Madvillainy album, which was. Have you spent time with that, Gibbs?
Yeah, definitely. I tried to top that. But like I used to hate when people would be like, "Oh man, yeah, this Madvillainy." I'm like, "Okay, man."
Let me tell you about this.
Yeah. So every day, I'm a competitive guy, and I know Doom can't rap as good as me at all. Like, so it ain't like he can't rap like this, fam. Like, so he made a great project.
That's MF Doom, bro.
I don't care.
He's
like,
an icon.
I'm Kane season, fam. So
Don't compare Gibbs.
yeah, you can't really compare me to nobody. So it's like I was like, damn, man, like I can rap better than this dude, but can I make a better album than him? You know what I'm saying? So that was my focus. So.
That I love that your thought went there. I love it. Instead of just being like, let me just sit back and feel good that I'm doing this, it's like, no,
I got to
no,
make
no.
something as great as he made. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Would you, was there ever consideration, or would there be, of having Doom featured on a joint?
we did a song together. He can't see me, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But we could do some. We could do some more stuff though. I could bring him out of retirement. You know
Madlib, are you in communication with Doom?
Not really.
Because y'all together, that's two enigmas. That's him, who's an enigma in
He hits
Europe.
he hits me like once a year.
How does he hit you? Email?
Of course.
Okay. Do you not have a phone, Madlib?
I threw that shit out, bro.
No phone at all. So how does someone get a hold of
100
Madlib?
calls a day. I'm like, I'm throwing this shit out.
So email is the only way?
I mean, you got
Email or Egon.
Email or Egon? Shout out to Egon in the building as well. So email or Egon are the ways to get to Madlib. Yo, I love that. Do you have a house phone?
Of course.
You have a house
Only my
phone.
real people could call me.
Okay, so the house phone is very tight. It's not, you're not loosey-goosey with that.
Nah.
Is there anything left in this amazing career you've had that you really would like to do that you have not done?
Make millions? I don't know. I mean, make a bunch of millions?
I think you can. I think that could be in the plans.
A bunch of millions.
A bunch of millions. Yeah. Well, you just got to keep coming with these albums.
Yeah. I didn't spend. Yeah.
How many joints you guys have in the stash, by the way?
Man, I mean, we got a whole nother album.
The
we
new
about to
album
do.
sound crazy.
Yeah, the new album sounds
You got.
crazy.
By the way, you're
New
such an
album
asshole.
sound-
Second I saw him, yo, you pulled such a hip hop move. I saw him and I was like, yo, the album's crazy. He's like, yo, but the new album? And I'm like, wait, this is the new album.
Sound crazy.
No, the next album. You got to know what the next one.
Yeah, the next one is crazy.
Sound
Man.
crazy.
How do you have any? How soon do you think you turn around and come back?
When the time is right, man. I feel like everything's about timing, man. Like we didn't set a date for this, so we're not gonna set a date for nothing. You know, it's just like when we get to the point that we feel like the game needs it, we give it to them.
Can you tell me real quick what was the mindset when Quasimoto was developed? What were you?
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
Yeah, and I don't like my voice rapping, so I was trying to do something different.
And so you just turned on an effect, messed around with it till you got.
Effect. I just had to turn the beat slow and rap real slow.
So it's just slowed down.
Yeah.
Which is why it does.
So if you slow it down, it's my regular voice. You know what I mean?
And did you like Quasimoto? So like you didn't like your voice, but did you like when you go back and listen to React or whatever?
I don't listen to anything I've done. Like, you know what I mean? I keep moving.
Once you do it, you just keep going.
Yeah.
You don't spend time even listening to the J-Lib project or these projects. Once it's done, you keep going.
Because we listened to it so much when we did it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
move on after that.
So much. I've been listening to this for a couple years now. But I admit though, like hearing it like on like all the streaming and all that stuff, and just like seeing it like actually like coming to fruition, it's amazing. I ain't gonna even lie. I've been listening. I listen to it a lot.
I bumped that down. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. This probably
Still kind of new.
this the best piece of music that I ever did in my life. Period. So
And do you think this one? Do you think this one surpasses the first?
definitely.
I think it does as well.
Definitely. I totally agree. You know what I mean? Like and the first one is amazing. It's a classic. So
You gotta listen to it more than once to get it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Write a
definitely.
review. Just hearing it once, you can't really do it. Like
No, you need to spend some
let it
time.
marinate. Yeah.
Right. I think that I think I rap better than I ever rap like on this than anything I ever rapped on. So
Listen, it's a masterpiece. Back-to-back masterpiece is a good place to be. This is good.
Wow.
This is important.
wow.
Yo, we needed you. When I saw Lambo the other day, he was saying like, it was really important to him that it cut through, and you guys had like a moment. Egon was saying the same thing, and that's what's happened. Like, there's so much music all the time, and to have something that cuts through, where the people who know are all like, "Yo, you heard the Freddie Gibbs and Madlib?" That's the moment you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? And I just think it's amazing. It made me so happy to look out last night and see how many people were there. Like young, cool, attractive people. You guys don't understand, man. Y'all understand. You guys both understand. You guys have both done shows, I don't care what either of you say, where there was nothing but dudes there.
Come on.
There was 48 dudes there, and that was it. Okay? I know the first Loop Pack run, there was nothing but dudes there.
Yeah, definitely.
I used to hate shows.
You used to hate shows. And Gibbs, I know you had it happen too. And to be doing great music and to see that sort of diverse crowd, men, women, all races, all kinds of cool people having a good time, and you're spitting actual shit over real beats.
Exactly. But the thing is like, man, you're right. I done had those moments like that. And, I want to quote, DMX. Because when I first started, rapping, I saw an interview that he did, and he was like, man, shit, I'm going to do the show the same way, whether it's like 2 people out there in the crowd or if it's 200,000. You know what I'm saying? And, that mentality stuck with me my whole career.
I thought you were going to quote the great Ghostface, who once said, "You goddamn right I fuck fans."
Ghostface, shout out to Ghostface.
Deanie!
Ghostface just dropped a new record. It's hard, too.
Yo, super hard.
Hard.
I would like to request Ghostface on one of these projects.
Ghostface, one of my favorite people.
So we need to make that happen. Madlib, I'm not going to hold you up too long. I know that you don't do this normally. I feel blessed and honored that you came and did it here.
My man, we talk.
I appreciate that, man. Madlib, Freddie Gibbs, this has been very special. The album Bandana's out right now. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you
so much.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you for having us.